we're going to choose 2 more actions, think about what we're going to achieve. I'd like to get this secluded world out, so I think I might just trade and settle. I haven't got any consumes, have I? Yeah, so I could consume for 1 victory point. But consume's going to help him as well, that's the downside. I think I quite like the idea of getting this one in. I think we're going to settle, explore and settle again. I think we'll do the same thing all over again. Okay, so we're going to explore and settle. Explore and settle. Let's roll the dice for the robot. Okay, we've got produce and star. So he's going to produce again, which is not pretty. His economy's getting bigger. This time we got this star, this wild card. What that means is we shuffle, see this star here? We shuffle down to the left until we hit the first player action and we place it here. So let's start with our explore. Remember we've got our, I didn't mean that one, I meant the other one. +1/+1. And because of Doom World I get to look at an extra card, so it's draw 4, keep 2. Look at the bonus here. That's interesting. We've got a six cost production. 6 cost productions. These are fabulous because they give you tons of victory points, and they give you victory points depending on certain conditions. So this one, Free Trade Association, will at the end of the game give you 2 victory points for every novelty production world, which I do have. I have one already. 1 victory point for every novelty windfall world. I have not told you what a windfall world is, so let's introduce you to that quickly. There's one up here, Rebel Sympathizers, which was a military world, but it's a windfall world. Compare this to Prosperous World, the one in my tableau. You can see that this one has the blue, the novelty goods, coloured in, yeah, shaded in here, showing me that this is a novelty good world. When I produce, it produces novelty goods. Doomed World doesn't have a colour, it's grey, it doesn't produce anything. Rebel Sympathizers also has blue, it also produces novelty goods. But it's called a windfall world. Okay, it's got this blue halo instead. What that means is that instead of only getting a good during the produce phase, remember this thing came into play with no goods, not until I executed this did it get a good. Windfall worlds, when they get settled, they come into play with a good attached. Okay, so that's what that is. So anyway, that's what I was talking about. Free Trade Association, 1 victory point for every windfall world, and it also gets 2 victory points for the 2 developments, Consumer Markets and Expanding Colony, if I happen to have those. I don't think I've got them in my hand, I think I'll hold on to this for the time being. Contact Specialist looks quite good. I'm not going to be planning on playing many military worlds. I've got another mining conglomerate, I don't want that. Genetics Lab looks quite good. It produces green goods on green windfall worlds. Okay, I know it's windfall because it's got this halo picture. I don't think I want that. I don't think I want mining conglomerate. Let's discard these 2, keep these 2. That's my explore. So the robot didn't take the explore action, so it's just the bottom part. Draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And we move to the settle phase. So it's a repeat of last turn, really. I'm settling with the bonus of being able to draw a card afterwards. And I want to settle Secluded World. It's only got a cost of 1. Let's place it in my tableau. And I've got to discard 1 card to pay for it. I think for now, Interstellar Bank. Let's discard that. And now I get to draw 1 as my special bonus. Alpha Centauri. And for the robot, he's doing the top box. He chose the action, so it was draw 3 cards and then search for a military world. No, 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 no. I mean, what we're hoping is this will run through for quite a while before he finds one. No, no, because everything that isn't a military world just gets discarded. No. There we go. Rebel warrior race. It's a 2 victory point and it's a military world. It's got the red cost. This lot goes to the discard pile. Pretty cool, huh? I mean, one of your strategies, or tactics rather, is to try and get the robot deck down to as few cards as possible. So every time we settle and we're making it go for its draw deck, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine with me. Spin his deck. All right, he's getting some victory points, but it's only 1s and 2s, and we're quite happy. Right, what next? The produce phase. And we've got 2, haven't we? Doom World doesn't do anything during produce phase. Prosperous World does, and our new secluded world does. But no world may have more than 1 good on it. So this time, Prosperous World, which says place a good on me, isn't going to do anything. There's already 1 there, so it's a bit of a waste. But secluded world's going to get 1. They're not great because it's only novelty goods, but there you go. So draw 1 from the stack, place it under. We've now got 2 worlds with 2 goods. As for the robot, he chose this action, does the top part, not the bottom part. He moves his token up 1 spot. And now we head into round 3. We choose our actions. Let's not forget to clear the board. Okay, actions then for round 3. I'd really like to get this free trade association into play, but this development's going to cost me 6 cards. I've only got 3. But if I play the develop action, the bonus from choosing this action is it's -1 cost, so that's 5 cards. So if I can draw 2 and then play this down, 1, 2, 3, yeah, so let's do explore, which is going to allow me to keep the bonus and develop. I was tempted by consume, but this is the thing, when you're playing solitaire, if I look at my consume powers, what it means is using Prosperous World I can burn this good and get 1 victory point. I can burn this card and get a card draw. The problem is now the robot's economy size. If we look up here, so his economy size is 2, so if I choose consume, then assume he doesn't choose that action as well, he's going to get a victory point for every point on this track. So at the moment, consume is not a good option unless I want it for the card draw. Alright, let's go with that then. Let's go with explore, +1/+1, so I get 2 cards, and develop. Okay. Let's roll the dice for the robots. He's going to get a star and a robot. So I chose explore and develop. The stars you always put down last, okay? So let's put down the robot. What does this robot mean? Well, this is where this little piece of AI adjustment, this thing we put during setup, comes in. What you'll see is that for start ward 5, if we roll this little robot, then the robot AI will explore. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. And now the star, we move from the right to left. He's going to copy us and choose to develop. An interesting question came up on my last episode, and that is, if we both choose the same type of action, do we execute that phase twice? No, we don't. It doesn't matter whether only one of you chose it or 2 of you chose it. You only execute that phase once. So explore +1/+1, +1 look here. I draw 4, keep 2. Oh, deserted alien library. I'm very tempted by that. That might have just changed my plan. Of course, I wanted to keep 2 of these just to discard, but this one's really good to throw away. I could save that till last time, but now I'm going to have to develop something. Is there anything here I want to develop? I guess potentially the contact specialist, so maybe I'll do that. Let's grab Deserted Alien Library, and we'll keep new survivalists for now. Discard these 2. I think we're familiar enough now with the discard pile to place it face down. You keep it messy just to distinguish it from the draw deck. I'll place it off to one side as well. Right, I'm going to keep these 2. I'm not going to play this development this turn. Robot now, and his bonus is, this is draw 3 cards. This is also draw 3 cards, but he also moves his credit marker up 1 spot. So let's give him his 3 cards, 1, 2, 3, and move his credit marker up. And that's a good combination for the robot player because he uses his credit marker to purchase these 6 cost developments. Right, now we move into develop, and I'll develop first. Remember, our bonus on develop, phase 2, is -1 cost to place a development. So contact specialist here, for example, would cost me 0 cards to place. And this one would cost me 5, but I don't want to play. I don't want to lose this card. Terraforming robots. This brings a settlement special which says draw 1 card after placing a regular world or military world, and it's also got this consume power. Consume one of these brown resources. A rare element's good for 1 victory point and 1 card draw, so that's pretty good. I don't have any rare element goods just yet. I think I'm going to play the contact specialist for 0 cost because of my bonus. Okay, so now I've got 4 cards in my tableau, and now for the robot player. And the logic here, I mean, this is the problem, and it's always going to happen. It's very hard to try and avoid this. But this first part says, if he has at least 2 credits, then take one of your 6 cost victory point counters and then move his credits back 2 spaces. He does have 2 credits, he's just pushed it up, so we're going to move that back to 0. Grab the 6 cost victory point counter, which gives him 6 victory points, and we'll give that to the robot player. He's now suddenly taken a massive leap forward. And then because we've done this, we skip the rest of the robot player's action. Incidentally, I'm calling these top and bottom, but the rules call this the top the action and the bottom the response. Okay, so if the robot chooses this action, he'll take the action part. If he doesn't choose the action, he'll take the response part, the bottom logic. Alright, so we've got our 6 point victory point token. That ends the develop phase for the robot. So if we do a quick victory point count for the robot, we can see he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 victory points, plus the 6 now acquired. That's 10 victory points for the end of the game. Whereas I currently have -1, +2, +1, +1. I've only got 3 victory points. So it's 3 versus 10 right now. But don't worry, we'll fix that soon enough. We'll fix that soon enough. Join me next time and we'll see how we can improve in round 4.